My name is Cheryl, and thank you for joining me for another floral design workshop. Up next in our dynamic line series is Crescent. While our other arrangements, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, have been very powerful arrangements that have denoted strength and stability, this arrangement is much softer. Crescent in design represents the moon, thus femininity, fertility. The visual pathway for this design moves you across the arrangement back and forth in almost a rocking motion. Some of the best places to use this, I think, could be a boutique, a spa, my favorite, a baby shower. I can't wait to show you Crescent Line arrangement. Let's get started. So I've chosen a compote for today's design, and I've also cut and soaked my wet foam. I also call it Oasis. And then I've also taped it using my 1/4 inch waterproof tape. We've gone with a crisscross instead of that traditional back and side because I want the sides to be open on this. And then old school, taped all the way around. Sharp snips. Now for the good stuff, flowers. I have some gorgeous calla lilies. They are just fabulous, and the natural curvature of this flower is going to lend itself very nicely to this design. Some beautiful stalk, very soft. A little punch of color. I've got these little baby spray roses. Our filler flower today is some yellow solidago. Now we'll start the greens. We have some Dusty Miller. I think this is really soft, very, very delicate. We have some Italian Ruscus. Again, this is going to help us with that curvature of this design. This is a new one for me, Coprosma. Maybe you guys call it something else. I think I read Moonbush somewhere. Ironically, there's many greens that we use in the flower shop that I don't necessarily know the name of if the grower doesn't tell me. So I'd like to know how you guys pronounce this. Then Salal, it's our trusty lemon leaf. It's going to cover our mechanics. And then something new is Pennycrest. It's not new to the industry, but we haven't used it yet. And it's just so delicate, and I love these little curved little bits. I think that's all we're going to need for today's project. Let's go. Okay guys, so before we even place our first bloom, I do want to establish how to manipulate this flower to give it a little bit more curvature, because really what we're going to try to do is make this crescent shape. And this is very easy to do, especially when your flowers are warm. You're going to use the warmth of your hands to actually press along. And you can see I'm using my thumb to give it a little bit of pressure, but the heat of my fingers here are going to allow this to curve, and you can see that it's giving me this really nice little bend. Once we've done that, let's look at where we're going to put our first bloom. It's not here, it's up here, so that we can allow this direction, boom. So it is about 3/4 of the way here. Now remember what we always talked about where we're going to cut. It is 1.5 times the height and width of our piece. So my hand is about at that one part, so I can go 1 and then maybe half to 1 more. And then we'll cut down about 2 inches beyond that. Now, calla lilies are notoriously soft, and they can actually break or crack when you're putting them in your Oasis. So I like to use my stem to give it just a little bit of a push as a start. And then when I place my bloom, I'm going to hold it towards the end and give it just little light pushes until I get it where I want it. If I hold it here and try to push, it's going to break in half every single time. Right, I have another one here. This one already has some nice curvature to it, so I don't really have to do much to it. And what I'm going to want to do is line this right up next to it. cut about 2 inches down and slide that right in. I only have 4 of these, and I'm not a big fan of using even numbers of things, and I think it'll make it a little bit easier if we actually make this asymmetrical. So I am going to measure down in through here. Don't want it to line up directly, I want it to be close though. And this is so short, I don't think I have to prep it for anything. There we go, you can see that kind of curvature starting to happen. And then I'm going to do another one right down here. Okay, so now you can see where we have established that nice curvature, our crescent shape, and we can start adding a few more flowers. This is our stalk. God, it is so luscious. I love this. I'm going to bring that back behind because I'm kind of framing my callallees, if you will. And this right in through here is where I'm going to bring this, if you can see this right in through here. Very, very pretty, very graceful. Let's start over on the opposite side. I'm going to frame that out right in through here. And you can see this is really a very simple design. And then let's do one more right below it, I think. Let me get a frontal view on this one. Oh yeah, very pretty. They've all been framed very, very nicely. And I've got one more. I love these little baby roses. They are so sweet. And this is really going to give us our depth right in through here. This is going to be our focal, and we're going to group these for impact. Okay, so normally these would be what's considered an accent flower, but because I'm going to group these, it's going to give it weight. And I think I've always said that you don't necessarily need to use these exactly as they come. I'm going to eliminate this one right here. I want our blooms right in through here. Go. Yes, very nice. And then one more right over in through here. One more right through there. I think we might have to pause and see what's going on with the dog. Okay, love that. I think this is great. This will be a good time to start covering our mechanics and creating our base. Now, what we want to do is try to cover up this tape and our oasis down in through here. And I'll start with the salal. And this whole time I want to still remember my shape. I want to cover my mechanics, but I don't want to mar the shape. I want to just keep mimicking it over and over and over again. And this one is a little bit longer than I want to use it, so I'm going to give it a snip. Oh, look. I don't like it when we get the little buggies. They're going to go in the back because that back needs to be covered too. Use this little piece. This is nice. Okay, I've got a little piece of tape right here. All right, let's get into some of that beautiful dusty Miller. And again, I'm not going to use this whole piece. That would just be too much, so I'm going to use little bits at a time. And this is kind of delicate, so again, we want to press from the bottom edge in. I don't want it to be too distracting. We definitely want to fill in. Let's bring some over on the other side. And remember, we're going to start at the bottom and push in. So we don't want it to break. This is delicate and lovely. I might add a little bit more later, but let's get into some of the Solidago. I really want to bring some of this bolder color up. And this is fantastic. It has all these wonderful little branches that I can kind of play with and separate, use little bits here and there. I just want a little tiny bit to kind of pop out here and there. I don't want this to be a dominant. This is a filler. So I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there is an old dog snoring in the background. I just love having all of my babies around me. I chose the compote on this one because I thought it was delicate and feminine and matched the personality of this arrangement. Everybody does gravitate towards what inspires them. All right, we're going to add a few more greens. I still need to cover this in through here. And I'm going to use this leaf, but I love it, the really pretty glossy leaves, and it's just has great coverage. Very, very easy to edit this. What did I call this? Coprosoma? Please, please, if somebody knows a better way of saying this, let me know. The other one that's similar to this is a pittosporum, which I like. And if you live in southern part of the US, my God, they practically grow like weeds. You can get pittosporum anywhere. Really like how this is coming out. I'm going to spin this so that you can see what it's doing in the background here. We want to be able to cover all of this without getting into our curvature shape here. I've got a few salal leaves to be able to fill in the rest. You know how I feel about holes. No holes. Completely unacceptable to show any of your mechanics. Get my big head in the way. Okay, we're not quite done with establishing our line either. So to really give some more drama to this piece, I want to use our Italian ruscus, and this is going to be perfect. You can see that it has a lot of just natural curve to it. Again, if you need a little bit more, it's really easy to kind of give it a little bit of a slight bend. If it's really tough, you could always wire it. So what I'm going to do is measure right in through here. I want to be just a smidgy bigger. It's going to be this mark. All right, guys, see if I can get this from this angle. All right, and then we're going to do one more right in through there. Just trimming off a few little leaves I don't think I need. Yes. Now, one last little thing, because we're just about done, is I love this soft little penny crust. And we're just going to tuck a few little bits here and there, because I like how soft, soft, soft it is. Now, I will warn you, penny crust has a tendency to be a little messy. I believe it is in the Solidago family, so it can have a little bit of a dusty quality to it. One thing, if you're doing some event work and you don't want to have that on your table, you can always hit this with some cheap hairspray. It works almost like a glue to keep those little fuzzy pollens at bay, at least through whatever your event. So at this point, I am pretty much done with this arrangement, but I cannot help myself. I just am going to be a little bit fiddly, as I say, because I just can't help it. If I can do just a little bit here and there to improve it, I will. Maybe this is all it needs. All right, let me step back from this. You guys take a good look too. Okay, I can see right here, I just want a little something else. Okay guys, so this is Crescent Line Arrangement. It is so incredibly beautiful and graceful, and like I said, I think perfect for a baby shower. I think the theme could be love you to the moon and back. See you later.